Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Karn Eldrazi Ramp on the play for game one. This is looking promising. I mean, the question then becomes, do we go for Breaker or Emrakul? I think we go for Breaker, because if we can turn 3 Megaspot into a turn 4 Breaker, we're in a pretty good position, I'd argue. So we're going to pass in full, pass in full. There's a world where I might turn 2 Karn if we draw into a lab, so I want to keep my options open. This looks like Eldrazi Aggro, so let's keep that in mind. Bridge might unironically be a really good choice here later. Ghost Quarter, Wooded Foothill, Fetch. I'll go with a Forest, Rumble. Let's see a Soul Land, please and thank you. There's the Soul Land in question. And pass. And pass. So we have the kicked Megaspot into the World Breaker, into Karn. I mean, this looks like a one in hand to me. That very well could be a line breaker, but I'm not too worried about that. Flesh Raker, that's okay too. And then Mycospawn to follow up. I mean, yeah, that's looking good. Let's go after the Temple. I will grab myself a Temple, 2, 4, 5, 7. I mean, we could go Hedge Maze for 6. 4 card types in Yard. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll go Temple. And pass. And pass. I mean, we can just continue to eat away at their lands. They won't be able to cast things for the Flesh Raker to actually trigger. Sure enough, opponent scoops it up. So this is Eldrazi Aggro. Win for game one. Let's move on to game two. Sideboarding here should be pretty easy. One Consigned Memory, Dismember, and we actually want to keep the K returns. Ghost Quarter. I'm trying to think if Aggro actually plays Emrakul, and I don't remember. Let me take a look here. Decks. Nope, not submitted. I want Popular Metagame for Modern. Let's see. It's not as popular, so it's hard for me to find. There's just Eldrazi. Is this right? Escape Battle Mage. Looks like no. They just kind of top end at the 7-mana value spells. No Emrakul. So we can cut Bog then. So cut Bog. Do we want the Ghost Quarter? I feel like they're so low to the ground that Ghost Quarter isn't doing as much. So maybe cut Ghost Quarter, Bog, keep Gemstone. They do have some Grave interaction, so we can cut an Emrakul. We want Sire. I wonder if we want to cut a World Breaker and Ugin. Probably Ugin and 1 Chrysalis, I think, should be fine. Yes, this looks reasonable. Let's run it back. The biggest thing that I'm worried about in this matchup is probably Sire's 7 deaths. Once that hits board, it can be a little bit difficult for me to manage. On the draw for game two. We're missing a green source, but we have 9, 10 hits off the top. I'll keep and pass. I think I'll tuck the Ugin, reveal Devourer. Yeah, so we just need to hit a green source off the top and we'll be in a good spot. 3 cards enter exile. Hit that Herald's Forest Cavern, Bog. That's a slow start by them, so we'll love to see that. Draw. Stomping Grounds. Shock. And I'm going to say for green or for blue. The Writhing Chrysalis is here, so I'm going to say for green, because that allows us to get to a kicked Mycospawn on 3. And again, if we can go kicked Mycospawn into World Breaker, we'll be in a pretty good position. Not to mention, Chrysalis gets pretty big pretty quick, so always happy to have it on the board for an aggressive matchup. This is looking like a Glaring Flesh Rake. Yep, Glaring Flesh Rake, draw. Sire 7 Deaths, that's a house that I can build on, let me tell you that. So let's go Writhing Chris, pass, and hold. Cavern of Souls, name Eldrazi. Yeah, I mean, if we kick Mycospawn, go E-Temp, draw land, we can then go into World Breaker, exile another land. Looks like it could be Sowing Mycospawn, non-kick though. Interesting. So a little bit of a different deck than I was expecting. Huh. Very interesting. I think we still go after the E-Temp regardless. And again, just try and reduce their number of resources available. Ghost Quarter. Ooh, Ghost Quarter is actually pretty good here. Can go after the Stomping Ground. Yeah, this is not what I was expecting. This doesn't seem like traditional Aggro. Huh. Very fascinating. This is just Eldrazi pile. Not Ram, just Eldrazi. So you can Ghost Quarter me, that's fine. Not ideal, but fine. If you go for the... What else are you going for here? What? Dismember. Yeah. And I'm not going to sack anything in response to that. I can't do nothing about that, friend. But I want to attack first before you Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter is fine. That resolves. I will grab a forest, which means I need a land off top so I can Mycospawn. Attack for 2 from Flesh Rake. Yep. The thing is, like, if they're trying to ramp, that's not a great way of going about it. Draw, land, talisman. Close, but no. 2, 4, 5. 5, 4, 6. So before we play the talisman, then I'm going to go Malevolent Rumble. Whiffing on the E-Temp, finding a Karn instead. I think I go land. So again, up to 5. Verdant Catacomb. Currently 5. Let's fetch for a forest. Think about Breeding Pool. We'll have the Talisman though. And then yeah, I think I need to just continue to ramp here. I have 3 cards in hand. We'll go in E-Temp. That allows me to play either Sire 7 Deaths or World Breaker the following turn. 2, 4, 7. So we're in a good spot. Unclaimed Territory, naming Eldrazi. That's 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Not enough for the Devourer to hit my Utopia Sprawl. And short on a kicked Mycospawn as well, since they use the Ghost Quarter. 2 cards in hand. Casting an Eldrazi for green. So another Sowing Mycospawn, non-kicked. Yep, that's okay. I'm surprised they didn't try to go... I mean, I guess they may have thought that I had my own Sowing Mycospawn, which they were right. Lab, Imprint, Devourer? Why Imprint here? Why not go for an E-Temp? So what they have in hand that needs non-Eldrazi mana. Fascinating. Down to 11. I mean, if they attack with the Sowing Mycospawn, I'll trade. I can't really afford taking the hit. I guess Ugin, that would make sense. So they probably have an Ugin in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they will have to World Breaker. Wooded Foothill. Wooded Foothill. Let's go after the E-Temp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the same time, going after the Ugin's Lab might be better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by comparison. So yeah, we'll go after the Ugin Lab. That way they can't play Ugin. Yeah, they should have held up priority to return that Devourer. And we'll probably fetch for a Hedge Maze here. So look at Courtyard, name Eldrazi, 1 card left in hand, likely the Ugin. That would be my guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, short 1. If so, no attacks, I imagine. Fetch. 2, 10. Hedge Maze trigger. So I'm Mega Spawn top. So we'll kick the Sowing Myco Spawn. 4, 5, 6. Actually, what I should do is hold up blue. Just to feign that we have the consigned memory, right? Go after the E-Temp. And I will grab an Eldrazi Temple. I mean, no reason to get anything else, I don't think. And opponent scoops it up. And opponent scoops it up. Clean win. Alright. Well, we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. Hand's a little bit weak. What makes the hand better? Ugin's Lab. 4 hits off the top there alone. Other than that, though, I mean, a Temple would be okay, but not great either. Our main castable is Null Drifter and Talisman, and that's kind of about it. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Gemstone's Caverns, great. Bog, meh. Return, good if it's an aggressive matchup. Drifter to dig deeper. Writhing Chrysalis is kind of okay. Karn has applications across the board. I mean, I think we keep this regardless. The question is what we pitch back. I think we pitch back the Writhing Chris, and I think we exile the Karn, funny enough. Actually, I think we do the opposite. We pitch back Karn and exile the Chrysalis. Yes. And pass. This way, once again, we can sweep if needed. We can re-trigger the sweep again if needed, and draw 2. So I think the K-Return Drifter plan is a go. Steam Vents, let's see if it's prowess. Shock, 18, DRC. DRC or Ragavan, I imagine. Passing, interesting. Breeding Pool. I think I'll play Breeding Pool tap then. And pass. And pass. Steam Vents untapped, but plays nothing. Interesting. There's the DRC as expected. Maybe they just misplayed? Sarah's 7 deaths. Well, let's K-Return here. Like I said, we can re-trigger next turn. At least this way they're not going to be surveilling or growing the DRC out of range. They could counter it. If they do, that would be unexpected, but okay, right? Steam Vent Shock. 4. Bolt, trigger. And that most of us can get 3 types in yard. Unholy Heat, 2 types in yard, DRC clears. Alright. So, is looking like it is prowess. Adwara, Preordain, Snow Quarry Steelcutter. That's good. 3 cards in hand, gonna be up to 4. Do they find what they want to see though? If we can get to the Siren of 7 deaths, we'll be in a very good position. 0 top, 2 bottom draw, up to 4. Casting. Slick shot show off. Murktide. Okay, is it Murktide was not on my list of things to play against today? Fascinating. Well, I will go red. I will evoke for blue. Unfortunately, it's 1 out of range, so I can't K return it. No. There's a Myco spawn to ramp us next turn. I mean, we're at 4, 5, 6, but we actually don't have a colorless source, so the bog doesn't really matter in the grand scheme. So I think we just go Stomping Grounds tapped. Though, would it matter if I ever... What's the situation where I'd need 6 mana? I mean, Soul Mega Spawn's the first thing that really comes to mind. But I guess we can play the Stomping Grounds tapped regardless. So I think we'd put Jukabog at this point. Yeah, I was not expecting the Murktide. Fascinating. So we just need to get that Sire on board. I guess one benefit here is we could go Soin Mega Spawn into a Cavern of Souls. Because 5, 6, 7, that ensures that the Sire 7 that hits the board. We're going to be at a low life total though, which is a bit concerning. Preordain. So this is Murktide. Hit for 6, down to 11. Yeah, because we're going to be down to 5. Yee. Null Drifter. So, yes. I will cast Sowing Myco Spawn. What I really want right now is that Cavern Souls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, that guarantees the Sire's 7 deaths. Because right now what I'm most afraid of is that getting countered. Name Eldrazi. Stomping Grounds, tapped, and pass. So we have 7 on board for the Sire, and we will be able to re-trigger the K return if needed if they play, let's say, DRC, Ragavan, etc., right? We're going to go down to 5, but if we can recover with the Sire, we're in a good spot. Canal tapped, attack for 6. Down to 5. No bolts. E-temp. Okay. Well, let's first off and foremost go to attacks. Attack for 3. We're not exactly going to be blocking the Murktide. Trigger. No sweep. Worst case scenario here would be a subtlety. No shot. Sink. Well, shit. We did. Yeah, I mean, there was little way out of that one. All right. Yeah, I mean, their out was quite literally the sink or a subtlety. Oh, damn. Well, let's pick up the Dismember. And we can cut the Ghost Cord. We want the Bajukabog. We can cut the Gemstone. So I think we keep it at that. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Let's run it back. Well, is it Murktide was not on the list of things I was expecting to play against today, but I mean, if it works, it works. You're just one turn too slow. One turn too slow, and they had one card too many for them to exile. If it was a 5/5, we could have just swept it. That would have been much more ideal. Alright, on the play for game 2, I will keep. We're looking for a K command X2, probably on the beginning of turn 2 for our opponent. That way we can try and get that through scry draw. We don't want to play it on our turn because we don't want to force check. And we don't want to play it after they have a chance to play a land. So I think the best case scenario is they play, let's say, a DRC or something to that degree, so we can exile it, maybe ramp. We also still need to draw into a green source of the thing, so we don't see one here. We might just need to play the K command regardless. Yeah, we're going to have to. So fetch, we are not going to force check. Well, okay, they only have so many forces. They also only have so many consigns, right? So this is fine. If they consign this, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble, though, I will admit. Surveil trigger resolves. Bobble. Go to upkeep. And K command. So no force. Let's see if you have the consign. And done. That does work, but we see nothing of value. Draw, sire. I mean, that's nice. Need a land, though. We'll pass in full. They shouldn't be playing anything like Galvanic Discharge, etc. So, Ugin, Jesus Christ. Okay. I mean, the thing is, I could try and resolve this Karn. It's going to get countered, though. So I'm not going to. We'll pass in full. Yikes. We dug how many deep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 deep and found no lands. Yikes. Pass in full. Just need a green source. Fetch land, fetch 18. Island. This could, well, no, it would have been a mountain if they had a. You got to be joking me. I'll pass. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get varianced here. Like hell. What would we pitch? Casting window for these sprawls is really awkward, so we'll pitch the sprawl. Pass. Include a delta. Fetch. No fetch, just holding. Hey, look at that. So in that case, I mean, we're going to see the sprawl countered, or the rumble countered. So might as well jam it though. Yep, that's fine. We'll pass. If we find ourselves with another force, that's when we'll cast the sprawl. Like I said, the casting window of these sprawls is very awkward. But 4 types in yard for Emrakul. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're not dead yet. Another forest or forest equivalent off the top would be ideal. 6 cards in hand. And draw. Sanctum of Ugin, not it. I will play it though, and then attempt to rumble again. Interesting. They let that through. Now we could go temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I think despite Megaspawn going for something like a Cavern of Souls would be better, though I'm pretty sure that they have a consign to memory. Give and take there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We do have Emrakul next turn if we really want. I will be going Soin Megaspawn though, and then passing. I mean, they have to have consigns. The fact that they didn't get countered is a bit weird to me. Is a revealed subtlety? Okay. So they're going to start attacking. They want to start applying pressure to board. Makes sense. EI. What did they exile? 5 cards in hand. I mean, the right choice here is a land if they see it. But then again, they might not need lands at this point, right? Preordained, gonna be digging deeper, potentially going for a Murktide. Murktide would be a problem. 2 top, 0 bottom, and draw. Eee. Up to 7. Yeah, hitting a cantrip off of EI is pretty good. Attack for 3, then hold up 2 blue. Is it a Murktide or not? I mean, we're going to kick a Myco Spawns. Perfect Springs, Bolt, down to 12. Bobble. Bobble fetch target me. Or not fetch, but crack target me. No. Bobble target me now. K-Return. K-Return is good, but not something I was hoping to see right this instant. 6 types in Yard. I'm going to go after, I guess, the Thundering Falls. Yeah? Yeah. Let's see if you have the full consign. Looking like it. You have to play patiently here. Find the right moment to cast, whether it be Emrakul, Karn, Ugin, right? Why would they not hit all 3? Maybe afraid that I'm going to hit or play something else? Why'd I even play for 3 mana? I guess I haven't played a land this turn. In their defense. And what do you counter? The body. The the search, but you keep the exile. Okay. That is fine. I will pass at that point. And pass in full. 6 cards. Yeah, holding up that last blue source just makes me feel like they might have another consign. Down to 14. Paying cost 4. This is a Murktide, and a big one at that. So I really want to get this Ugin on board if possible. Or at least to get the cash trigger. There's the... What the fuck? Oh, they're going for another one. That's cute. Because then it's going to buff this one. That is cute. I like it. Then holding 2 up. Ooh. Well, that's a lethal... That's lethal on board. Huh. You're a little bit late to the party, Forest. But we'll go for the Sprawl. For red. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. I can do something interesting here. It's going to come down to consigned memory, though. So, confirming here for a second. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we can cast the K-Return and then Emrakul. That should clear the board. And they only have so many consigns. Of course, if they have a force, that could be an issue. But I think we have to go for it. So let's cast the K-Return. 6 less. Actually, 7. Yeah, I mean, taking control of their turn, if they consign the body, consign... Yeah, it's not great regardless. If they have a consign, I think they'll just win no matter what I cast here, but let's go for that Emrakul. Alright, a lot of triggers, friend. Let's see what you got. Because all they need to do is consign the body, consign the return, and they should win. Unless I find a way out with their hand, but I'm doubtful of that. Yep, there's the consign, so I don't think it mattered what I played. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, how many? How much mana do they have? Replicate 1 time? Oh, okay, they let that resolve. I wonder... Okay, so I think I actually misplayed in retrospect. In retrospect, I think I misplayed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I wonder if the right choice... The thing is, Karn... No, I don't think it would have been the right choice. Because I think if we cast Karn, the right move for them is to let Karn resolve and let me wish, and then to counter whatever I wish for, right? Counter spell in hand, EI, Charmal. Well, that doesn't save me. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was, like... If I'm assuming that my opponent is playing optimally, if there was a way out of that. And the answer is no, I don't think so. Because if we had played Karn instead first, the right choice is to just simply let Karn resolve. Afterwards, we wish, we attempt to resolve, let's say, bridge. They just counter bridge, and they win. There's no reason to counter Karn. If we try and cast Sire's 7 Deaths first, then we have access to 4 mana, so we're 3 short on Emrakul. Ugin, much like Emrakul, gets hit by Consign, so that's not an option either, because it only leaves us with 2 Eldrazi Temples up. And Sire's 7 Deaths would just get countered. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Yeah, if they let me get the Sowing Myco spawn, A, the Bajuka Bog would have been great. It would have stopped these Murktide from getting as big as they did. But B, I could have also gone for Cavern Souls, and we would have at least resolved bodies, which would have been relevant based on the current board state. So, yeah, not too much we could have done there. Unfortunate. But it is what it is. With that said, we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look-see. Yeah, it's keepable. We'd love to see a Soul End off top. Yeah, Soul End off top would be ideal. That we can play the Command X2. Otherwise, a Command X1 on the play is not bad. So I'm not exactly upset by this. Temple, pass. And pass. Marsh Flats. Ugin. We'll play Forest, that we can ideally play the Writhing Chrysalis if needed. We could always also go K-Command X1 so we can get into Karn if they have nothing on board. I'm not exactly thinking that's the right move. Undercity Sewers, so it looks like it is Murktide, this time of the Dimir variant. Consider. Could be Oculus, actually, with Consider. Interesting. I feel like most Murktide... No shot. I mean, I think now's just time to press my advantage, then. Sire 7 deaths at the bottom. K return top. Cleanup. Pest control. Chrysalis. I mean, yeah, let's try and resolve Karn. Do you have force? There's the force, pitching the counterspell. I mean, taking out 2 counterspells there is not bad. I'm not exactly upset by that, so we'll pass in full. Did you find the land? You did. Do you have a frog? You have the frog. Draw. Talisman of Impulse. A little bit ugly, to be honest, but it is castable. And then we will pass, no casts. Next turn we have Writhing Chrysalis, and we can ramp from there. Hollowed Fountain, Shock, attack with Frog. Do you pitch anything to Frog? You pitch a Pest Control, maybe for 2, draw a card, up to 4 in hand, and passing. Ugin's Lab, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could World Breaker, get rid of their black source. We could also just Writhing Chrysalis and ramp. Both are valid options. I'm going to play Writhing Chrysalis and ramp. I think this Ugin will be solid. You have another counterspell. You do. I will play the lab and imprint breaker and pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can play the Ugin next turn. Shock with the Watery Grave. Why shock here? Float the frogs, they can get a hidden. Do you pitch a card? You do not. You draw up to 4. Passing, draw. Utopia Sprawl. Let's do a bit of ramping. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can play the Chrysalis and the Ugin. So we'll do that. Red. They would need a consign to memory to play around this line. Perfect. We get the bait out of the counterspell. Triggers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ugin Eye the Storm. And let's see if Ugin resolves. It Free the Fae. Looking for a... Oh, they whiff in full? Yeesh. I think they're looking for a force. So, plus Ugin draw. And I think that should be the game then, right? Pass. Because no matter what they play now, it's just going to get exiled. Looks like an Oculus, or is it a... Yeah, it looks like an Oculus. So no Murktide, Oculus instead. So yeah, the K return will be able to sweep and exile, which is nice. Cast the Fae. Trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could go 10. So let me start off with... I mean, the only difference is that we'd be able to get rid of the Fae, right? Which is relevant. I'm going to draw. They want to hit Ugin for 1, be my guess. Like, the Manifest Creature into Oculus will be gone. Opponent's thinking about something. K command, perfect. So in that case, I can cast K return, exile the Oculus. Sweep. Ghost Quarter. Cast the K command. Scry draw. Don't even need to exile because basically the Ugin's acting as a third mode. Done. Ugin target. And then we get to ult next turn with Ugin. Yeah, I was about to say. That's a GG's. Solid win for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. We'll want Dismember. Cut the Ghost Quarter, keep the Bog. Cut an Emrakul. I've thought about before about maybe bringing in Jailers. It's a thought, a consideration. If we were to do so, what would we cut for? It's the question. Maybe to Karn. Karn is okay in the matchup. Bring in Jailers. Do that. Seems reasonable. It means that it's going to be harder for them to unearth. Alrighty. And of course with this matchup, they just have a hard time with Karn. We can keep this. Pass. Draw. Do you have a spell snare? There's our one of Karn. Always nice to see. Pass in full. Fetch. Let's see that spell snare. Hallowed Fountain, shock, and honestly, consign. Fantastic thing to see there. I'll take it. Pass. That tells me I think they have a Harbinger in hand, so they'll play Frog here. Would love a Soul Land off top for the command, however. Draw. One can hope and one can wish, but one cannot have. In that case, I'm actually going to K command X1. Kind of want a blocker here, or at least force them to float. If they have a force, they have a force. Utopia Sprawl at the bottom. Chrysalis, yeesh. Those draws were not good. So no force at the very least. Pitch a Verge to float the frog. Attack for 2. Go up to 4. Fetch. Why fetch now? Sewers. I guess debating if they want to pitch, let's say, an Oculus. Yeah. Draw. And draw. There we go. That's much better. Are we worried about another consign is the question. Or just a counter spell? Because we could Malevolent Rumble right now. We could also Myco Spawn and try and ramp into a Null Drifter. I think maybe Rumble's correct. See if they have a counter spell. No counterspell. There's an Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Looking appealing, friend. We'll go with Emrakul. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, okay. I will pass in full. So now we just try and whittle down resources. Free to Fae, finding a Thoughtseize. Stony Silence is interesting. I don't think it's correct. I mean, they're going to look at my hand and not going to be happy about it. I'll put it that way. Combat, 1000% I'll snap block. Thoughtseize. Yep. Takes the Emrakul, 7 types in yard. Shock, Hollowed Fountain, and passing. Breeding Pool, you say? 4, 5, 6. We could kick a Myco Spawn, but they have the consign, right? So I think I will simply Sowing Myco Spawn here. You have consign. Yep. So best for us not to have spent the spawn in that case. Alright. Breeding Pool tapped. 2 cards in hand. And passing. And passing. Again, I'll snap block. Yep. What you got? Is it the Oculus? Nope, it's the Prankster. 3 cards in hand. Draw. Sire, 2, 5. So I can do a few things here. I'm tempted to just simply evoke. And draw 2. I need lands, is what I need. Dismember is solid. No. Evoke. Temple. Question now remains whether or not I want to attempt to dismember the frog right now, and I think the answer is no. They would just pitch the remainder of their hand, which is fine in theory. I think we wait in case of something like a Harbinger. Go to combat. I'll do it now, see if they're willing. There's an Oculus. So they have the Unearth then. That's what that tells me. Yep, Unearth. 2 cards in hand remaining. Trigger. Feel like if they had a counterspell though. Okay, well it doesn't matter. Cavernous Souls, best top deck ever here. Four, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Do I want to trigger Sanctum here? That's the question, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Can we go for another Sire 7 deaths, honestly? Sire is a very difficult card from the deal with in a meaningful way. Shoot the Sheriff? Sheoldred's Edict. Ooh. Spicy. Flip the frog. So 6, 7, 8, 9, but I'm not dead. Two cards in hand. Trigger. Bog. Well, let's see if this works. You have a Sink in the Stupor, or a Subtlety. Bajuka Bog, target you. End step. Shoot the Sheriff. Or flip. There's the Shoot the Sheriff. Yeah, that Sheoldred's Edict came in clutch. Good stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I guess the question could be, should we have gone for Karn into Bridge? I mean, Sire's guaranteed to resolve through a counterspell, where clearly they did not have the shoot, but they ended up finding it, so GG's there. Found the right card at the right time. Lost for game 2. Let's move on to game 3 then. Yeah, if that Sheoldred's Edict had been a targeted removal spell, would have been a lot different. Cut the Gemstone and bring back in another Karn or an Emrakul. I'm gonna say Emrakul. Yeah, I just needed a turn. A turn would have gotten us a long way. But on the play for game 3, I'll keep. Love to see a Soul Land off top. Down to 6 cards in hand for opponent. And keeps the 6. Verdant Catacombs, pass. And put a pause on end step. A turn 1 Thoughtseize on Rumble would kind of suck. A turn 1, or either on my turn 2, Spell Snare would also be a bit rough. Looks like they might be going Thoughtseize after all. Shock and Seize. So yeah, taking the Rumble would be the right call here. So really do need to find a Soul Land off top. Yep. Edge Maze. Okay, command, not right now. 4 cards in yard. Draw, Foothills. We'll play the 1 Sub T since they already know about that. And pass. Put a pause on end step. Blue to Delta. Fetch. For a Stomping Ground. Tapped. And draw. Breeding Pool. I think we go the Wooded Foothills, so we can always fetch for a forest and then K return. Yeah, that seems right. Definitely a slow start here for us, but we can make it work. Blue Delta fetch down to 14. Sewers. Consider. Shoot the Sheriff into yard. Draw Sewers on top. Alright. I mean, you can pass and we can basically pass until our upkeep and then fetch on upkeep. No reason for us not to, so I'll just press 2. That way hold its ability to respond, but we don't need to fetch on end step realistically. Since we're not grabbing a fetch, since we already see the Breeding Pool. Not to mention we want a forest in case of a Harbinger. He'll Spell Bomb, that's fine. Fetch on upkeep. Or forest. Draw. Talisman. In that case, I will shock and Writhing Grist. Let's see if you have a consigned memory. I'll pass in full. Consigned memory, no counterspell. That's surprising. Okay. Spell Bomb hits Yard. And pass. One land gets us to Ugin then. Archive. Keeps it on top. Passing. Cavernous Souls. We'll go to combat. I will cast Talisman of Impulse. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. Can't be countered. Alright, I mean, we have some big Eldrazi on board now. In fact, do I have lethal? No. Draw. Null Drifter. Interesting. So we can get both up to 6, right? I mean, we have lethal, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fascinating. Actually. Nope, I don't want the red source. Thank you. Trigger 1, trigger 2. Always yield. Draw 2. There's a jailer. I mean, I might as well cast the jailer for these last 2 triggers. Lethal's on board. Pass in full. Do you have targeted removal? Fetching with Flooded Strand. Okay. Watery Grave. Shock the 9. Frida Fey. Finds Consider. Cast Consider, digging for an answer. Draws a card. Yeah, you'd need specifically a Shoot the Sheriff. A Shieldred's Edict doesn't cover it. And we got there. Solid win with Writhing Grist. We'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep this. Love to see a green source, but Temple and Temple into command is solid. Having Bog as accessible is not bad if you find that it is Murktide, Oculus, etc., right? Temple, pass, and pass. Island, Bobble, Bobble, Emery. In that case, tempted to Bajuka Bog. We could also go command. Yes. Let's go E-temp, hold up command. Emery will target something, right? Command, ramp, exile. Wrong exile selection, though. Ramp, exile from yard. We'll go 1 and 2. There are 2 artifacts currently in there. And done. And pass. Metallic Rebuke? Really? Alright. Yeah, I was hoping to be able to get to the Null Drifter this turn, but it is not in the cards, it seems. Spell Bomb. Yeah, I'm a bit scared about a... whatchamacallit? A Kappa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, they have it. In that case, I think I will go K command, ramp, and exile Emery. And done. And pass. And pass. This way next turn we can Null Drifter, try and find answers. Tamiyo's fine. This means they don't have Kappa. Portable Hole hits a spawn, that's fine. Okay, yeah, no Kappa. They could Aether Spellbomb a spawn as well. That actually would be a bit concerning, because 5, 6, 7, nope, we're still there. We're good, we're good. Draw. Bob will target me. What do you see, opponent? So they are setting up for Tamiyo to flip. KGC. Well, that explains a lot. Yes. So in that case, Tamiyo will flip, but they'll have no lands. Seems like a fair trade. KGC? Minus KGC. Yes. Liquid Metal Coating? Liquid Metal Coating. Good upkeep. Target island. Pass. Flip Tamiyo. It will plus. Need a land for the drift. And Bone scoops it up. Alright, so this is Affinity. Win for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. We do want Dismember. We can cut an Emrakul. Cyrus 7 Deaths is kind of in the matchup. Ghost Quarter is also kind of in the matchup. Do we want anything else? Let me take a look at my sideboard guide real quick. I don't think so. Affinity, no. We just want the Dismembers. Cut an Emrakul, cut a Ghost Quarter, call it a day. Okay. And run it back. I will keep. I will pass. We'll tuck a Cyrus 7 Deaths. I'd love to see us, not a soul land, but a Kozilek's Command here. And pass. You can miss your Rainforest Shock for a Breeding Pool. Draw 2. Saga will prove to be an issue at some point. Opal, 4 cards in hand, passing, draw. Cyrus 7 Deaths. Yeah, I think we Misty Rainforest fetch, Breeding Pool Shock for Null Drift. Because doing this doesn't exactly slow us down from casting a Sire on turn 4, because we can go Temple, Sire. There's an Emrakul. Well, next turn we'll play Talisman unless we draw into something of value. Pass. Saga trigger. Imagine they'll probably hold up mana for a Construct. Construct beats are viable here. Land and pass. Breaker. I will play Talisman of Curiosity. Play a Temple and pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So World Breaker will be a good option. We can get rid of a Construct at least. That's if it resolves, of course. That's the hard part. That's a bit concerning. They're clearly holding up mana then. So the question is what for? Is it for a Kappa? Is it for a Metallic Rebuke? Could be for Consigned Memory. Interesting. Down to 10. Draw. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, we will go 2, 5, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I wonder if we want to go Sanctum of Ugin. Now we can go for another World Break. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, we'll go for that. Go after the Construct, pass in full. Let's see if you have Consign. You do not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Too short. I'll say no then. And Breaker resolves. What in the fresh hell do you have in hand? Why hold up mana instead of making another Construct? Saga, okay. So I think this is Kappa. Yeah, makes sense. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Kappa trigger. Yeah, they can get Kappa up to 10, we just die. They can get up at the 7, 8. That was a bit scary. Sneaky reach? Nope. People have learned. Draw. Chrysalis. We actually can't play Chrysalis right now. Eldrazi Temple. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So no, not worth. So no. And pass. And pass. Really need to be able to resolve this Emrakul. Like I said, they can get up to 8, but they attack the Tamiyo, then we can block it with the Sire. 3 cards in hand. Draw a card. It's going to be close. The Kappa is probably the most difficult card for our deck to meaningfully deal with. Make a construct, trigger the Kappa. Up to a 7/7. Attack, can't block, that's fine. Down to 3. It's not fine, but it is what it is. End step, draw. 7-mana value spell, no luck. Go to combat. Attack with Sire. Let's see if they aren't paying attention to the Sire underneath Lab. Up to 10. Sire. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we would have only been at 12. Alright, again, as long as they don't hit me for 10 in one turn. Sanctum trigger. No. Tapped. And pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, back to 12. Oh, I think we die, don't we? Yeah, because of the constructs. Because 1, 2, 3, right? 1. Didn't think about that. The right move may have been to actually, when we cast Sire, to crack the Sanctum. I mean, we're hoping for an Emrakul, right? But if we had been able to, or if we had the forethought, then we could have cracked the Sanctum of Ugin and been able to grab a World Break. Actually, in retrospect, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we should have. I should have grabbed the World Break. The reason there being is we would have been able to pay for the Ward 4. Yeah. I missed that line. I'll see that line loses to a consign, but I think it would have been correct. So, we missed the line, and it likely cost us. Because we were hoping instead to get into the Emrakul, but we lose to a consign there as well, right? I'll keep. Temple, pass, and pass. Yeah, it's too focused on getting the Emrakul that we missed a World Breaker line instead. Tamio down. Play Sanctum of Ugin. Maybe should have held the Tamio, or held the Dismember in retrospect and play the command instead. Because now they play Emery, of course. Yeah. So, a little bit of misplay there, I'd argue. We could have Command X1, ramped, and then exiled. Okay, Command X1. Hedge Maze. Not what I want, but I'll take it. Draw. Draw, trigger. Temple, top, pass. This does get us a Sire's 7 deaths pretty early. 2, 4, 5. Yep. Alternatively, could always go Null Drifter. Null Drifter actually might be the right move. We'll just dig a bit deeper. Spire, 4 in hand. And the nice thing about Null Drifter is that they will have to start sacking things. Do you have a consign? Looks like they do. Yes. Give me the Sanctum trigger. 2, 4, 6. I'm going to say no and pass. And hope we draw into a land. Pass. They can go for Amber Opal or Bauble, of course. There's the Opals. They now have 6 for a Kappa. Kappa here would be difficult for me to deal with. Yep. Trigger. The thing is, they'll be able to grow to 6. So unless I draw into a red source, I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So enough for Ugin. We could Sire 7 deaths. I think Sire is correct. Sanctum of Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'd be short. I'll go no and resolve and pass. Yeah, so I think us potentially punting game 2 might cost us the match. Emery, Bauble trigger Kappa. And if we can fight through the amount of damage they're hitting towards us, we might just be able to make it work. Bauble target. Thing trying to draw. Could be a Tameo. White. Portable hole. Trigger Kappa. They're just trying to grow it. Attack for 7. Down to 9. Draw 2. Sprawl does nothing here. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. So I'm going to... yeah, we'll cast Null Drift. Trigger, draw 2. Do you have another consign? I wonder if maybe getting another Sire would have been right. Consign the memory. Metallic Rebuke. Consign. Utopia Sprawl and Hedge Maze for red. Go to combat. Up to 16, down to 13. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're short on the Ugin. Target, Mishra's Bauble. Bauble trigger up to 8. Boots, 9. Cost for another Kappa. Yes. Then attach boots to Kappa for 16 exactly. Yup. Yeah, the fact that Kappa targets or triggers itself is nutty as well. Alright, well, unfortunate there. We did lose to ourselves, at least in game 2, I think. Of course, if they had the consigned memory, it's a moot point. But the fact that we had a line available to us to deal with the threat and we did not see it was a mistake. So, can't ignore that fact. I was too focused on, well, what if we draw into a 7-mana value spell to cast the Emrakul, whereas I could have easily have gone, well, that's still an option, but we could instead crack the Sanctum of Ugin to grab a World Breaker. That way we can cast the World Breaker and then exile the Kappa. So that was the right move in game 2. Slight mistake on my part, but it definitely cost me that game. Or at the very least, was the right line that we did not take. So, is what it is. That being said, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we are back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. I'll keep looking for a soul land off top. We have 8 hits since we do have a 7-mana value spell in hand. Talisman, no dice. We'll go Utopia Sprawl. Does it resolve? Misty Rainforest. Hedge Maze. Oh. Well, that's fascinating. Frightening, but fascinating. Pass. Misty Rainforest. Pass, draw. Soul Land? Nope, Talisman. In that case, I'm going to go Sanctum of Ugin. Cast Talisman of Impulse. Talisman of Curiosity. And pass. So what are you playing against that's running Aeon's Torn? The first thing that comes to mind would be either Eldrazi Turns. Is this what I think it is with Scapeshift? Not Scapeshift, Shifting Woodland? That's what it is, right? They're going to Shifting Woodland that? You cheeky bugger. Null Drifter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to evoke here. Sanctum of Ugin trigger, Null Drifter trigger. We're not going to trigger Sanctum. I'm going to say no. I was really hoping for a Soul Land, though, I swear. We can hold up the K command, X equals 1, which I think is correct. So I'm going to Verdant Catacombs and pass. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if I fetch here, that pushes me up to 2. We can go Forest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So we short 1. So I think I just hold then. Breeding Pool. Play a Forest. Play a Talisman of Impulse. And pass with a K command up. I mean, this turn we definitely just go in. Mike, why am I... What? Shuffle your library, then reveal the top card. If it's a non-land card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If it's a land card, you may put it into your battlefield and return results to hand. I'm scared. Resolve? Okay, that's fine. Yes, that is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'll just go deep here and ignore the one multiverse for now. X equals 4. Done. Bottom, 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 top, then draw. And draw. Hmm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I can hold up a K command X1 then. I'll go Ghost Quarter. Sanctum of Ugin trigger. I'll say yes. And I'm going to go with a Sowing Myco Spawn. Alright, friend. Our turn, comrade. What the fresh what? Huh? Uh-huh. Huh? Huh. You may cast it. You may put it. So all mays. Actually. No, I think that's still right. I was thinking about what if I Mycosynth Garden and make it into a talisman, but that doesn't really do anything. No. Alright, attack of Devour. Block of Emrakul. Passenful. And hold. Make your own luck plots. Oh. I'm in danger. Interesting. Yes. Draw. I need a Karn into Jailer, right? I think that's my out. So let's go E-Temp. I mean, do we even want to hold up the green? Doesn't matter. Probably not, right? Yeah, we just simply need Karn into E-Temp. Or not Karn into E-Temp, Karn into Jailer. Because Jailer should read non-creature spells from graveyard or exile. Yes. Okay, there's Karn. So E-Temp bottom, Talisman bottom, Sprawl bottom, Sprawl bottom. We'll go... Emrakul's not bad in theory. Writhing Chrysalis, we don't need ramp right now. We have lethal on board. And I'm gonna say... maybe go Breaker top, Karn bottom draw. Cast KGC. Minus KGC. Yes. Into the Soulish Jailer. No, thank you. And pass. Oh, you son of a... Well, that's awkward. Huh. Ain't that awkward? Yeah. Okay. Huh. And I guess in response I should have sacked those spawns. I wasn't expecting that. Huh. Fascinating. We should have a Stomping Grounds left. World Break, or not World Breaker. Wooded Foothills, Shock. Stomping Ground, or Fetch Shock. On the 15. Kick. I need to hold up 3, right? Yes. Get rid of you. Return to hand. I'm going up a Jukabog. The Jukabog target you. Minus KGC. Yes. For Ensnaring Bridge. And pass. And pass. Maybe there's an argument to be made about having gone World Breaker to trigger Sanct... No, we don't have Sanctum anymore. That's right. We already got Sanctum or World Breaker. Was it World Breaker or was it Mygo Spawn? Yeah, never mind. We don't have Sanctum. Yee. I mean, Jailer's still on board, so Omniscience still can't be played. Lotus Field. Okay. Draw. Cyrus 7 thus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, 7 deaths, breeding pool, tapped, and pass. And pass and full. Six, 10. What? Amulet of Vigor. Interesting. K return. I mean, at least gets rid of the spawns, so I'm kind of okay with that. Tick up of Karn. Oh, I should have ticked up on Amulet. Yeah, if I'm going to sweep anyways, I might as well. Oops. Huh. Yeah, that's awkward. We have another World Breaker, so going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should have actually used the E-temp in retrospect. I'm gonna say Ghost Quarter that. Stop it. Yeah, we could have gotten rid of at least one. And I guess next turn I could EE. Or I guess we could have just left them. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah. Well, not true. Yeah, okay. It would have mattered. What I should have done is ticked up Karn, went to... Yeah, we could have left them with 0 Amulet Vigors, basically. Yeah, okay, never mind. I should have waited. I should have Karn plussed on Amulet. I should have then went to E-ramp. They would have copied. Yeah, so there were some different plays I could have made. Rumble. Let's rumble. Sowing Myco Spawn. Kick Sowing Myco Spawn. Go after the Hedge Maze. I'll go with a E-temp. I mean, we could KGC and get rid of their Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn in hand. We could Brain. I think we just do want to Brain here. Yes, like strip out all their threats. I'm wondering about something like World Anew, how many they play of that. So we'll go Brain. Brain. Brain, target you. So Emrakul. The World Anew. At the same time, we know they have Aeon's Torn in hand, so I think we just go for Aeon's Torn first. There's a World Anew. Jesus. And a Simic Growth Chamber? What the fresh hell? What am I playing against? 4 Amulet of Vigors. Hit the Motherlode. Butcher of Truth. Hulamog, the Infinite Gyre, and the Defiler. And Ceaseless Hunger? Oh god. Huh. Oh, ain't that fascinating. Yeah, I need to find something quickly. Oh no. No Ulamog, please. I mean, thankfully they can't deal Cyrus 7 deaths. Oh, Jesus. Again. Well, okay, no. This is a... Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Actually. So sack the spawn. A. B. This is concerning because now Jailer is gone, which means they're going to have Omniscience. Hopefully they forget. Hopefully they forget. I'm doubting they're going to forget. They did not forget. Oh no. Uh-huh. Of course you'd find my Ugin. No! Oh, God. What else do you find with Make Your Luck? Found nothing? I mean, Bridge is still on board. I just need to make sure that they can't go after Bridge. What the fresh hell is this? Oh, God. I'm in danger. Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger? Yeah. Goodbye, Karn and Bridge. So, I mean, I considered going for the world anew for that exact reason, but knew that they had the Aeon's Torn in hand. Yeah, we should have gone for World Anew. I mean, I'm not sure it would have entirely mattered. It would have at least stopped this specific line, though. Devourer. So what's my out? Finding another Karn into... Yeah, Karn into E-Bridge again? Possibly a... The Promised End? Want the multiverse? Another Ulamog. Gets rid of my E-Temps. Interesting. Why get rid of those? Versus the E-Temp? Oh. Interesting. Alrighty, friends. Draw. Oh shit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yes, we can go Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. I mean, I can at least go World Breaker. 1, 2, 3. Sacrifice the Forest. Is this enough, though? I don't think so. We can block a 12-12 and still take 16. And we can only deal 5 damage. Yeah, methinks I'm dead regardless. Get rid of you, I suppose. And then this does nothing. I block. Yeah, I'm just dead. Okay. Rip. On the fresh hell do I call this? Unexpected results? Weird. Well, they're still going to be casting. So consign to memory is correct. K return, not so much. And I think we just run it like this then. I guess Trinisphere does still tax them though. Yes. So if we then cut Gemstone, it doesn't seem like they played Promised End, so Bajuka Bog. You can play Trinisphere then? Okay. That seems decent. Fascinating, fascinating deck. Mulligan. Not any better. Shoot. Yeah, we might just lose the variance here. Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, I mean, if they had been able to play Aeon's Torn into Aeon's Torn into Aeon's Torn, right? I guess actually all four we saw. Would that have mattered? That's the part I'm not sure about. They would have gotten 3-4 turns if they were able to get to an Omniscience, basically. And if they had done that, I mean, they could have then found the Ulamog. So I'm not sure if taking... if taking Aeon's Torn was correct versus taking the World Anew. Maybe World Anew was correct. I just think they wouldn't play that many World Anew, right? Amulet of Vigor. Land, please. Thank God for that noise. Minus Karn. Yes. For Liquid Metal Coating. And pass. And pass. Uggin's Lab. No imprint. Disruptor Flute named Karn. Shit. I was not expecting that main. Huh. Well, that just got awkward. Shows Liquid Metal? What? That's weird. And I can Stone Brain. They have Pier as well as... How does Jailer read again? It's non-creature spells. Yeah. Oh. We could get rid of Amulet of Vigor. That is a genuine thought. Explosives for one. I think that might be worth it. Karn for EE. EE for one. Done. Crack EE. We'll play Coding because... Oh, I can't play Coding because it costs 3 more. Right. Right. Pass. Hold up the ability to respond. Off chance that's relevant. Another flute naming Karn this time? Huh. Yeah? Draw. 2, 3, 4, 5. mean, they know about the coding. Pass. Put a pause on end step. They missed their land drop last turn, which is relevant. Okay, well there it is. They pick up the lab. Yep, makes sense to me. Fetch. Or a hedge maze. Trigger. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, forest top. Land. Ugin. Trigger. Trigger done. 2, 4, 7. Yes. For World Breaker. Draw a card. Pass. And pass. They'll have 5 mana here, which will allow them to plot 4 mana. I think we go after the flute naming coding. That way we can still take off mana every single turn. Force of Vigor. Rude. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's not a problem. Draw. Shock. So no reason to go after the flute anymore. Instead we go after the Simic. Done. And put you down 2. Next turn we can ult, and that should just win us the game. Lab. Imprint. Ult. Emrakul. No reason to play Karn. Drifter. 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 We've already used Sanctum, so we just go all Myco. Alright, and done. Okie dokie. So, Talisman cast. Talisman cast. Talisman cast. World Breaker cast. Trigger. Target lab. Chrysalis. Trigger. Chrysalis trigger. Mycospawn cast. Oh, can I kick Mycospawn from exile? Might be able to. E-temp. And kicker. I can. For some reason I thought I couldn't because we were paying out mana cost, but I guess it's an additional mana cost. Mycosynth Gardens. E-temp. Mycospawn kick. E-temp. Honestly, I might just stop at some point. Oh, whoops. I made a mistake. That's fine, though. I forgot they didn't have any more lands. Ghost Quarter. Drifter. 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 I don't think I actually cast that Emrakul. Ugin. Done. Trinisphere. Unfortunately, I do have to trigger the Ugin. I'm actually going to say okay at this point. And pass. And pass. No reason for us to draw them a card, right? Go to combat. And pass. Annihilator triggers on the stack. Alright. So in for game 2, we are tight on time though, so let's try and play quickly. Bring back in the Cavernous Souls. And cut Emrakul. Run it back. On the draw. Not great. Mulligan. Keep. Pitching Mycospawn? Yes. Keep. Pitching Mycospawn. Done. Pass. Draw. Ugin's Lab. Imprint. Ugin. Talisman. Pass. And pass. Beseiju. 2, 4. Flute. Naming. Karn would be an issue. Karn. Draw. Misty. Fetch. For Forest. Sprawl. For blue. Pass. And hold. Consign. Oh my god. Game. I want to cast the damn thing. And pass. Force of Vigor, rude as hell. Fetch. Hedge Maze, because I forgot that I have attacks on Karn, top, and pass, and pass. Draw, land, pass, pass. Draw, Mycospawn, kick, Hedge Maze, E-Temp, pass, and pass. 4, 5, too short, draw, combat, pass, end step, pass. Return, pass, draw, Ugin's Lab, no imprint, combat, hold, three, 6, Lotus Field, resolves, sack 2, draw, land, shock, combat, 3. Actually, I'm not going to play that. I'm going to pass. Hold. Draw. Command. Combat. Pass. Go to end step. K command. Cast. Done. 7. Bottom. 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 Top. Top. Top and draw. Four. 1, 2, 3. Lethal's on board. Combat. Pass and hold the consign for the win. And I think we eked out the win. Whew. That was a close one. Well, I'll admit, unexpected results was certainly unexpected. Otherwise, solid league. I mean, we lost to variance in a few different positions. Otherwise, solid wins. Eldrazi Aggro felt like a solid match. Murktide, like I said, we lost the variance more than anything there. Sometimes win some, sometimes lose some. Really interesting tech to see the Sheoldred's Edict. I do think it is correct, especially with the increased usage of Sire. It also does get around Emrakul, the Promised End, with its pro instant. Affinity, we definitely took the wrong line in game 2. I think the correct line that relied less on variance and more on guaranteed plays, right, was to fetch for a World Breaker with the Sanctum of Ugin trigger rather than another Sire. This would have been a let me cast the World Breaker, target the Kappa, and pay the Ward 4, allowing us to get that off board and potentially to win the game and subsequently the match. So I do think that I did throw that match away, unfortunately. Not great when you realize it in retrospect, but always good for us to review and point out our mistakes. That way we can learn from them and, you know, think about those plays. I say all the time that this deck is by no means linear nor straightforward. There's a lot of micro decisions which can result in wins and losses as a result, and that's a good example of one. Unexpected results, simply unexpected. I think that I could have taken a different line with the initial Stonebrain, naming Emrakul the World Anew. I had considered that as a potential option, though wasn't certain that it was correct. Unsure that they had multiple copies in deck, thinking that World Anew might be a one of, but nope, they had like 3 of them. So World Anew probably would have been the right choice versus Aeon's Torrent they would have played. They would have, you know, had 3 extra turns, drawn 3 extra cards, and maybe they would have found the Ulamog to get rid of Bridge. But obviously, we were not expecting this deck. It's in the name. it's unexpected. But game 2, Ugin was solid. In kind of any of these Eldrazi mirror matches, Ugin is just a fantastic card. Can sign, of course, in game 3. We're just able to hold up and kind of sit on it, and then just close out the match by beating them with a 3-3 throughout. So, good stuff overall. Happy with the results. That being said, that there will end today's league at a 3-2 record. As always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers, where you can begin supporting me monetarily simply by watching these videos. That'll allow me to start generating revenue, where I'll be able to start saving up for a streaming PC so I can stream live on Twitch. Of course, if you also enjoy the video, please do consider hitting the like button. It helps out a lot with the YouTube analytics and drives more engagement with the video. Last but not least, if you have seen any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or have some general feedback, it is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failure, I hope that I can learn from you all as well. With that being said, folks, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.